Hey Dad, do an impression of Joe Biden explaining the plot to Star Wars.
So there's a galaxy parked on the side of the a long time ago, back when I was working full time at anyway, I was the head of the embassy. It doesn't matter. Far away there was galaxy and there were robots, and the robots. They were not the droids you were looking for.
I don't care who you are. That's some spot on good comedy right there. You were thinking the same thing as me. Don't even lie about it.
Why doesn't The View have any trans women on it?
Great point. It has a lot of women that look trans, but none of them. It has a lot of second and third takes. After a drink, you'd go, huh? But it doesn't have a ton of, yeah.
There's no such thing as a trans anything that exists, but that's still hilarious. Gloomy hosting, Whoopi Gold turds, Anna Navarro, all the people, the cackling hens that got on there, Joyless Behar, they bring it on themselves, y'all. They reap what they sow, and they keep spewing that vile nonsense, the lies over and over again. I mean, who are we not to have a laugh at their expense? I'm a courteous gentleman.
If you're a Democrat in today's Democratic Party, you're not allowed to fire bad employees, to fire bad teachers, cut wasteful spending, deport illegal immigrants, oppose MS-13, like cops, prosecute thieves who steal less than $950, question vaccines, oppose sex change operations for minors, or transgender people in women's bathrooms or playing women's sports. Oppose critical race theory in our schools. You're not allowed to oppose reading porn to grade schoolers. You're not allowed to oppose racial quotas, but you are required to use certain pronouns and to believe that men can breastfeed.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
You gotta love Senator Kennedy's sense of humor. A lot of the time, he nails it right on the money. Did he lie about one of those things he was listing off about the Democrats? Their agenda is pure evil, and it's like they're mentally unstable. I truly believe that. They hate Jesus. They hate America. Unless you want to serve Satan, who's also known as the father of lies, mind you, I highly advise that you vote against anything Democrat. And I pray for him. I really do. I pray for this entire nation to start embracing the truth that sets us free, you know, Jesus Christ, instead of just being a slave to sin. Can I get an amen?
We're not going to be here for much long because of the climate crisis. We only have a few months left. I love that you support the Green Deal, but it's not getting rid of fossil fuel. It's not going to solve the problem fast enough. A Swedish professor saying, we can eat dead people, but that's not fast enough. So I think your next campaign slogan has to be this: we got to start eating babies. We don't have enough time. There's too much CO2. All of you.
Is she trolling? You can't be this nuttier than squirrel turds. For real. I mean, the planet melting, but then you'll have record snows and cold temperatures. I mean, which one is it? God's running this thing. It's called seasons. They change. There's multiple of them each and every year. Spring, summer, winter, fall. Like, what are we doing here? I mean, that's not in order, obviously, but eating babies, eating dead people, too much CO2 and fossil fuels. Yo, sometimes I'm ready for Christ to return a whole lot sooner than later. I know he's going to come like a thief in the night, but watching some of these clips, seeing these people on our screens and the stupidity and just utter ridiculousness that they let come out of their mouth and that they actually believe, some of these people. It boggles my mind, y'all. I'm ready to roll. This is the left.
There's too much CO2. All of you, you're a pollutant. Too much CO2. We have to start now, please. You are so great. I'm so happy that you're really supporting the Green Deal, but it's not enough. Even if we would bomb Russia, we still have too many people, too much pollution. So we have to get rid of the babies. That's a big problem. Just stopping having babies is not enough. We need to eat the babies, and this is very serious. Please give a response.
Thank you. No, thank you. We'll go ahead. Okay.
Even she can't believe it.
No,
Even AOC can't believe what she's saying.
Yeah, no. Thank you. So I think Yeah, no. So one of the things that's very important to us is that we need to treat the climate crisis with the urgency that it does present.
But please condemn the baby eating. I know you're all in support of eliminating mass murdering innocent babies inside the womb, the little baby blessings that God knit together and formed us before we even were in the womb. But I mean, AOC, at least condemn the eating, the cannibalism. This can't be okay, even to Democrats.
Luckily, we have more than a few months. We do need to hit
how long?
net zero in several years. But I think we all need to understand that there are a lot of solutions that we have and that we can pursue, and that if we act in a positive way, there's space for hope. We are never beyond hope. Okay.
We're never beyond hope if we have Jesus. Let's be honest about it. I know she doesn't fear the Lord. I know she doesn't have wisdom and understanding, but at least be honest enough and transparent to say that ain't the solution. Consuming children and trying to eradicate the too much CO2 that's going on. Y'all, there's more than a few months. There's as long actually as God wants there to be. And you and me and any man or woman walking this earth, we don't dictate when this is all done, when the new heavens and new earth are established. People need to get a grip on that and stop trying to think they could control everything. Stop trying to idolize themselves so much so that they believe that they're God. That's the problem. People put themselves on a pedestal and think they're way more important than they are. Think that we're more important than we are. Hoo-wee.
So 100,000 women went on strike today in Iceland to demand gender equality. The entire population is 370,000. So over 25% of the population went on strike. And I have some crazy news for you. The economy did not come to a stop, and it continued as normal. The only memo I got was that HR departments were getting no complaints for the 24 hours that the women were on strike. And men were writing that they were really sorry women didn't get gender equality. But I heard one CEO said it was nice to finally get some done, end quote.
Some people may actually hate to hear this, but the young generation will never vote liberal again. We're the generation that grew up with parents living in a well-working society, being able to afford groceries on just one paycheck, dad being able to go to work, mom typically able to stay at home, going on vacation, the normal, classic American dream. I know so many Gen Zers, including myself, that are working multiple jobs by themselves just to afford rent. Not even to buy a house, afford rent in a condo apartment. The liberal ideologies do not favor the working class of the American that wants to be an entrepreneur, that wants to own a business, that wants to be able to have a family on one paycheck. Because the liberal class favors progressive ideologies, which in no way favor the independent working man to climb the ladder.
They want you to rely on daddy government.
It's simple. You can literally look at the last 4 years that Biden was in office, from 2020 to 2024. I would say that that really had a dramatic effect on America and this generation. The number of riots, the number of illegal migrants coming into the country, pricing of houses going up. You know that the majority of Hollywood and celebrities are left-leaning, and yet they're all so irrelevant to us working class. The majority of Americans can't even afford eggs right now. Everybody is all of a sudden leaning towards being a trad wife, and all of a sudden women are realizing that it actually kind of sucks being controlled by all these feminist ideologies, and people are trying to bring back families. And you can see how desperate our generation is for truth and just to go back to what it used to be for our other parents' generations and the way they grew up. So no, I don't think that the new generation that is well informed will ever vote liberal ever again.
Boy, I sure hope not, because when you're outside of truth, you wind up in destruction. When you wage sin, it leads to death. That's what happens. And it's about time some of these Gen Z Zoomers are waking up. It's about time they get out of this delusion. And I know many of them that they can't get past living for their feelings and waking up wanting to do this and that because they feel like it, and they can't possibly go against their fifis. They're still going to double down on lies, many of them, but it's refreshing to hear that future generations aren't completely doomed. And again, you can choose whatever path you want to go down, but we shouldn't ever allow society and this culture that's tried to popularize women have to go to work and they can't be stay-at-home moms and wives and provide and lead their home when the father's out at work. And then when he comes home, you do it together. Let's promote that family nucleus, because that's what amounts to good, fruitful behavior. That's what amounts to a positive, structured society that thrives. Because you see the outcome of when you tell women that they got to go to work, or women think that they got to go to work, and men aren't doing their job and leading the home and being righteous and providers and protectors. We see what happens. God designed this thing a certain way for a reason, because it produces good fruit, because it honors the Lord. So let's do that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's fine. Oh my goodness. Wait. Ooh-wee, that thing took off like a rocket. Wow. And people are just sitting there recording. Come on, y'all. Don't run too fast to help out. I mean, I know you got to swim out there a ways, but goodness gracious. Clearly they're going too fast. Clearly, what's it called? Trimming. I'm not a boat expert. When you're trimming a little too fast, some alarm or sensor should go off saying, hey, slow it on down. This isn't the wind mixed with this water tide level. This isn't going to amount to anything good right here. This is not going to end well, but at least they stuck the landing. They did like a 360 sort of spin. I pray that everybody's okay. I really do. And hopefully the spectators, they are just sitting there watching. Hopefully outside of this clip, they put those down and they ran over there to help and had more of a reaction than we saw. Because all I heard was a whoa, like what I got going on. But I'm not there. You should want to go help out. I'm just saying, make sure everybody's okay. But the moral of the story is slow it on down. You got all those boats there, all those people and families there. More than likely, they're trying to show off. They got a very expensive couple $100,000 boat, and they're like, man, I want to show them what this thing can do. Get my Fast and the Furious on, but that didn't end well for you. 10 out of 10 on the landing, the 360 vertical flip thing you had going on, but that's no bueno. Uh-oh. Somebody's about to get it. I hope he's not married, because if he does that to his wife, he's going to be on the couch and in the doghouse for a long time. His laugh. I have so many questions. The nightgown, oh my God, was that his boyfriend? Pray for them to repent. Wow. I need it again. I need that walkout again. He thought he was going to make a grand introduction, go get his coffee, go about his day like it was sweet. Nothing bad could possibly happen. And that's a lot of gravitational pull going down right there. That's a hard fall. The whole crock pot in there. That's accurate. It's accurate. We got things to do, fellas. Like, we don't got to, I mean, he could at least close the fridge, but we have things to do. Not that women don't, but being meticulous as far as how I'm putting away what we just ate for supper, not exactly on the top of my priority list. My wife does a way better job than I do, I have to admit. What we got going on here? Oh yeah, Tim the Toolman Taylor ain't got nothing on this dude right here. He's about to make some non-handymen look real bad. This guy's a genius. With the shop vac? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. You know he's on cleanup duty with the kiddos too. He's like, I'm tired of cleaning this up with the rag, wiping it into the hand, having to go all the way over to the trash, getting disgusting. You know, kids are little filthy monsters at times. My wife and I don't even have kids, and I'd take one of those at the dinner table. Then again, we do have 4 dogs, so that probably works just as well. You know, you drop something on the floor and the cleanup crew is right there to handle business. But either way, salute to him for being creative, and he's solving a problem. There's not enough men like this in the world today that actually solve problems, go out there, create things to get her done. That's gooder than chicken right there. These are the kinds of men that I look up to right here. People like my father-in-law who can create a jig with anything. We call him Jiggy Tricks because he's always got a jig and a template. He's got something for everything. You got a problem, he can fix it. That's how fellas are supposed to be. I'm not the most handy by any means, but I can come up with a little bit of this and a little bit of that and we can suffice. But that right there is awesome. These are the kinds of men that need to be in Congress all across the world. Not Jasmine Crockett, not these women, these feminists that are in Congress. These are the kinds of problem solvers that need to lead our country. This is what I'm talking about. But I can rant on this sort of stuff for days. I love reacting to these clips and just sitting back, enjoying this sort of stuff that we just kind of doom scroll through when we watch content. But I've been enjoying reacting to stuff like this, just trying to change it up. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop breaking down news and giving a biblical perspective on those things. But this stuff is entertaining. Hopefully it was to you as well. And I just like to change things up from time to time. It's nice. It throws something new into the channel. And before I start ranting, brain gets mumbo jumboed and all of that. Y'all know when I get to ranting, we could go on for days and days. But y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. Was this gooder than chicken or a hard pass for you as far as this kind of video? I would love to know. Either way, I love y'all. Until next time, Godspeed. I'm gone.